Friends, welcome to Biology Made Easy. We are discussing the evidences of evolution, and we have started with the comparative anatomy and morphology. So in the previous video, we have discussed part of this anatomy and morphological evidence. There we have discussed the body organization, then differentiation, and third is homologous organs, and then the analogous organs. These 4 points we have discussed in the previous video. Now the rest we will discuss in this video. So the 5th point in the evidence from anatomy and morphology is the connecting links. There are some organisms which have similarities with different types of organisms. What does it mean? It means that they have both the characters, means they have evolved from the primitive one and they have become more advanced. So let us give some examples so that we can understand it in a better way. The first example will give that of euglena. So first example will give that of euglena. Now as you know, euglena is a protist, but it has plant-like characters as well as animal-like characters. So what are the plant-like characters? They have chloroplasts, and also they are photoautotrophs. So these are plant characters. But side by side, they have contractile vacuoles, which are animal characters. Contractile vacuoles. They have also a mouth. Then they divide by binary fission. And when they don't get light, they become heterotrophs, just like animals. So they have characters of both. Let us give the second example. The second example we can give from that of peripatus. Peripatus, it has characters of both annelids and arthropods. Characters of annelids and arthropods. So what are the characteristics of annelids and arthropods? Annelid characters are worm-like body. Worm-like body, and you will get unjointed legs. The legs are not jointed. And in case of arthropods, the similarity has the presence of claws, then jaw, and also trachea. That means it has characters of both annelids, where it is a worm-like body with unjointed legs, and also it has arthropod characters like claws, jaws, and trachea. Let us give the third example. The third example is lungfish. Lungfish. So it has characteristics of both of that of a fish as well as amphibian. So what are the fish characters? They have paired fins and gills. While the amphibian characters are presence of internal ears, then double lung, and another important is three-chambered heart. Three-chambered heart. These are the amphibian characters of lungfish. Then the fourth example is that of the egg-laying animal. Egg-laying animals, and one such example we can take Ornithorhynchus. Ornithorhynchus. rhynchus. So this is usually anteater. Now it has similarities both with the reptiles as well as mammals. So what are the reptile characters? Reptile characters is usually egg with yolk, and there is a presence of outer hard shell and also presence of cloaca. These are the reptile characters. While the mammalian characters are presence of hairs and mammary gland. That means the egg-laying animals have both the characters of reptiles as well as mammals. The fifth one we can give that the example of chimera, or we can call it as rabbit fish. Rabbit fish, and it has similarities. Both has cartilaginous fish as well as bony fish. Similarly, another example is Balanoglossus. Balanoglossus, and it has similarity with both non-codeds as well as with codeds. So these are some of the examples for the connecting links. It indicates that we say the evolution has taken place from lower organism to higher organism, and in between there are some organisms which connect both the lower organism as well as the higher organism. So this shows how the evolution has taken place through these connecting links. So this is the fifth point. Now let us discuss the next point, that is presence of vestigial organs. Now what are vestigial organs? There are some organs in the body which are at present very rudimentary in structure and they are almost non-functional. Whereas the same organs, they are well developed and functional in other animals. So why they have become rudimentary and non-functional in some animals? It means in the ancestors, these organs were well developed and they are functional. They are carrying out some important functions. But with the gradual development, when the organ is developed, those organs become functionless. So when they become functionless, so naturally the structure reduced, they become rudimentary. So vestigial organs means rudimentary structures, non-functional, present in some organisms which are not functioning, whereas in the other organisms they are quite functional. So this shows how the evolution has taken place. So there are so many vestigial organs both in human beings as well as animals. In case of human beings itself, there are 90 vestigial organs, but we will discuss only few of them. So the sixth point is vestigial organs. So in case of vestigial organs, if we first discuss that of the human body. In case of human body, there are about 90 such vestigial organs, but some of them are, now the number one we can represent as the vermipara appendix. Now this vermipara appendix is a tube-like structure present at the end of the cecum. Usually this vermipara appendix is well developed in all herbivorous animals because it is responsible for digestion of cellulose. But in case of human beings, digestion of cellulose is not required. That is why that vermiform appendix has become reduced and is almost non-functional. That means it indicates that the human beings have been evolved from the herbivorous animals like a cow or rabbit, goat, horse. So this is one example. The second example we can take that of the wisdom teeth. Wisdom teeth, or we can call it as canine. So this wisdom teeth or canine, this develops in the late age of, in case of human beings. But this canine teeth is very pointed along, and it is required by the carnivorous animals to catch the prey and eat the meat. But in case of human beings, it's not required. That way it has been reduced. It has become vestigial. So that is second example. Now let us give the third example. The third example is nipples in man. Usually nipples are present in case of females and meant for breastfeeding their children. But they are not required in case of male persons, but still they are present. Then the fourth example we can give that of the presence of the hairs in the body. That means some people who have long hairs in their body, that indicates the ancestors from which we have been evolved. Then next point is we can take the example of a tailbone. At the end of our abdomen, there is a small bone that is known as tailbone. It is functionless. But in case of animals, that is well developed, because from that the tail has been developed. So it again indicates that we have been evolved from animals having tails. Then another example is the presence of pinna. And in case of pinna, it is we can call it auricular muscles. Auricular muscles. Usually, these auricular muscles present in the pinna of cows, dogs, rabbits, that is well developed, and it can move, because these animals like cow, rabbit, dog, they move their external ear to the direction from which sound is coming, so that they can receive the sound perfectly. But in case of human beings, it is not required. That is why it has been reduced, or it has become vestigial. Similarly, another point we can take that is that of the nictitating membrane, or you can call third eyelid. The nictitating membrane or third eyelid is present in the corner of our eye. It is vestigial, it is not necessary. But this is well developed in case of cats, pigeons, because, and also in case of frog, because that is required for cleaning the eye. But in case of human beings, that function has been taken by our upper eyelid for cleaning the eye and for lubricating it. So that it has become vestigial in case of human beings. So these are some of the examples of vestigial organs in case of human beings. Now if we take examples from other animals, so from other animals, and from other animals, one good example is the Greenland whales. Usually whales do not have pelvic girdles and hind limbs. Pelvic girdles and hind limbs. So usually whales they do not have, but the Greenland whales they have pelvic adults and hind limbs. So it indicates they have been evolved from organisms having pelvic adults and hind limbs. Now the second example we can take that of the horse. In the modern horse, there is a presence of this splint bone in the modern horse, and that is we can call it is equus. So this has been converted to splint bone from the second and fourth toe of the ancestor. The second and fourth toe of ancestral horse, that is Eohippus. Now another very good example, that is presence of wings. Presence of wings in flightless birds. So there are some flightless birds like ostrich. Then you can take that of emu, kiwi. These are some of the birds. They have wings, but they do not fly. So what does it indicate? It indicates that their ancestors had wings. Similarly, we can take one example from that of the plants. In some plants like ruscus, asparagus, there is the presence of scale leaves. So this indicates that means they have been evolved from plants having well developed leaves. So these are the different types of vestigial organs, both present in case of human beings as well as some animals and plants. Now let us discuss the seventh point and the last point, that is atavism. So the seventh point is atavism. What is atavism? This is important for examination point of view also. Sometimes some organs are not present in our body. They are present in our ancestors. But sometimes some certain characters reappear in the body of some organisms. That is known as atavism. That is the reappearance of characters which have been disappeared. It reappears. So what are the common examples? In case of human beings, there are so many examples. If we take the case of human beings, so in case of human beings, one example we can take the power of moving pinna. Power of moving pinna. So here I have told you in case of vestigial organs that the pinna doesn't move in case of human beings. But in some organism or in some human beings, you can tell that the pinna have power to move. That means that is the case of atavism. That means the character the ancestral character has reappeared. Similarly, we can tell the large canine teeth, or you can tell the wisdom teeth. In some organisms, the canine or wisdom teeth are big in size. And the third is the short tail in, we can tell, short tail in some babies. In some babies, a short tail-like structure is present. So that is the case of atavism. And another point is presence of additional mammæ, or you can tell the additional nipples. So usually there are 2 nipples, but sometimes there are 4 nipples present in 2 pairs. So this indicates that the human being has been evolved from animals having 4 mammary. And another point is long hairs. In some human beings, long hairs are present. So these are the cases of atavism in case of animals. Now if we give one example from plants. In case of plants, the best example is that of the citrus leaf. Citrus leaf. So all of you have seen the citrus leaf. So in case of citrus leaf, this is the petiole, and in the petiole there is a wing-like structure. So it is known as winged petiole. But in some cases what happens, the wing gives rise to some leaflet-like structures. What does it indicate? It indicates that the citrus leaf was earlier trifoliate. Earlier it was trifoliate. That means 3 leaflets were there, but 2 have been reduced, and ultimately they have become winged, and only a single leaf is there. So that we are considering it as a simple leaf. But originally it was trifoliate. So these are some examples from the connecting link, vestigial organs, and atavism. So these are the 7 different points that we have discussed from the comparative morphology and anatomy. Now let us discuss questions. So one question. Euglena, a protist is a connecting link between first choice plants and animals, second choice plants and fungi, third choice fungi and bacteria, and fourth choice bacteria and virus. So this is question once asked in AFMC. Now come to the second question. The second question is short tail in some babies is a case of first choice vestigial organs, second choice atavism, third choice connecting link, and fourth choice none of the above. So these are the different points regarding the evidence from comparative anatomy and morphology. I hope you have clearly understood it. So thank you very much for watching the video. God bless you.